Have you ever been reading an article on the internet and wanted to check someone's sourcing, but realized that that link actually is dead and gives you a 404? This is an extremely common problem called link rot that affects journalists and online resources because over time, hyperlinks will change their location and that resource URL identifier will no longer be useful and the information is no longer accessible. Now, some research even say that after 1 year, 20% of the links are dead. Now, what you're supposed to do is instead of using the original link, use archive.today. If you find yourself in this 404 situation, you might come to archive.today and say, I want to check if this archive of this exists. And you go and you say, wow, yes, there's an archive. Oh, it's just an archive of the 404. So the information that was on this website is completely gone. And it's because the person who wrote the original article did not explicitly archive the page themselves before it went off. Now, archiving a page is time consuming. You might have 100 sources in your document. You're going to click save. You're going to go through all this for every single document. No, I created BACKFILE so you don't have to do that. Now, what this does, let me point this to this is a folder of articles that I have been working on or have written. I open this here. You see that I've already used BACKFILE on one of my articles, but I also have this new demo article that I wanted to show you. Now, once you click on demo article, you see there's nothing really here. But if you say add an article from this folder, let me say I want to add this one, which is more up to date. Now, what this tool does is extract all of the hyperlinks inside of there and gives you the option to send it to archive.is immediately. Let's see what happens when we try that. See, it opens the page and it says, okay, that was, and it automatically, you don't have to do any clicking or anything. It automatically says this was archived before. Now we have the archive. Great. Now when I click that, now we have archive.phDlegx, and that's a permanent link unless archive were to go down. In that case, you don't have a backup. Now, in that catastrophic scenario, that's why you want to download this folder, this website locally. Now we're downloading that website locally. It takes maybe a little bit longer. It looks like we hit a failure. Oh, that's unrelated. That's from something else I was doing. This local one, this is now the locally downloaded article. This is not connected to the internet. This is all on my local folder, disk and folder, and I can prove that right here. Show in Finder. This is that web page we were just looking at. Open with. I'm not going to bother you, believe me. Oh, whatever. Let's do it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It does open. Well, the MHTML, yeah. Anyway. So, you also might not want to go through each of every individual one. Maybe some of them you don't even want to archive. Let's say this one doesn't need archiving. This one doesn't need archiving. BBC, you know. But, you know, a government website, that might need archiving. So let's actually take a handful of these and just capture them all and see what happens. So now it's going through, capturing them all. One by one, you see the progress bar down here. This is not updating until it's all done. Now they're all done. Now we have all 5 of those captured with a permalink. Now, how do you actually get what's the point of getting the permalinks? Well, number one is you have them locally. We go in the demo article, sources.csv. Let's open sources.csv. And we have all these archives locally. So now we know which one is related to which URL. We have a record. If this ever were to go down and someone was to say, you know, what was the information on this page, we have that record in archive.is, and we have it locally if you chose to do that as well. So this is pretty useful to me. Let me show you some other things that it can do. For example, what about a YouTube video? You know, if you download that locally, all you get is like the outline, not the video. Now, the video aspect, it takes separate setting up because it's using a different program that is downloaded locally, but it does work if you set that up, and there's instructions. And you saw how quickly it downloaded this video. I was able to open it up by clicking that checkbox. Now I have the whole video here, and if it gets taken down, I still have the proof that, you know, the people in this video are saying the things that I claim that they're saying. So to me, this is useful. And the final thing to do is to export. Now, what's export? All of the links that I just archived, I can have it replace the non-permanent links in my paper. So let's see what happens there. So I just had to do that. Let's open up this archived link version. For example, where did it, for example, it put an archive.is link in carried out. Let's check carried out. Let's hover over this, archive.phdgx. See, that worked. Now we're pointing to the archive. So, yeah, I think that that's useful. And if you think that's useful, you can donate to me and give me money. And there's also a light mode. You can also close things. You can also have multiple articles in there. And then if you have multiple articles, you can filter down to the one you're looking at only. And what else can I tell you? Oh, it's all open source. It doesn't reach out to the internet besides these exact buttons that you click. And yeah, it's less automated than it seems. Sometimes you'll hit a CAPTCHA and it'll tell you at the bottom, CAPTCHA has been hit. Please, you know, fix the CAPTCHA. But otherwise, I think it works pretty well. And I hope that it works for you. Let me know what you think about it.